Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel Transpire. My name is Srijani and I am a commerce major, and thank you so much for not unsubscribing to my channel despite being um, so inconsistent over here. Anyways, so today we are going to be talking about a book that you have seen already on the thumbnail. But anyways, today we are going to be ranting about a book that you must have seen on the internet somewhere or the other. I am talking about this book. This book is called Too Good to Be True by Prajakta Koli, which is written by Prajakta, the internet sensation and a very famous YouTuber. Starting the video, I would like to give you all a little disclaimer of the video. First thing, three disclaimers actually. First thing is that this video is solely about the book and not the author, because I'm not, whatever I say in this video, I'm not attacking the author in any means. I have been a fan of hers for like years. And second thing that I'm going to be giving a disclaimer about is that this video might or might not have slight spoilers of the book. While I say that, this book does not have any sort of spoilers. If you have read the book, you must know what I am talking about, and if you have not, don't worry about it. It's not like big of a deal. Anyways, the third disclaimer is all the things that I say are my opinion, and I take accountability of that. And I'm not trying to say negative things just to be popular or viral. I know that nobody's going to watch this video, but still. Anyways, so while reading this book, I have made a word file about all the things that I was feeling at that moment. And I have opened the word file in front of me. And we are going to be discussing about all the things that I felt while reading the book. Okay, so without any further ado, let's begin with the video. First thing, what this book is actually about. This book is actually about the two characters, Avni and Aman. Avni is 23 years old. She is studying to be a lawyer, and she works at a bookstore which is owned by Ria, her friend, actually Ria's family, and she works there part time. And the second character, the main protagonist, is Aman Raina. He is the CEO of Raina Textiles, which is a big company and has international clients like some countries' government, like Japan or Italy, I'm not sure, but like some Japan's government is like their clients. So you can understand that their brand is a very big brand. And he is 31 currently. They both live in Mumbai, and this book is based on Mumbai, and few parts of it is in Missouri. Anyways, so yeah, to begin with, I would be discussing few points, as I already told you what I felt while reading the book. So to begin with, the book starts with the perspective of Avni. Avni in the bookstore. She is working in the bookstore, and we see Avni over there. And after I think one or two chapters, we see Aman out of a sudden in the bookstore. In the book, like he just fell from the sky randomly. That's what it felt while Aman took the entry on the book. Okay, so when I am reading a romance novel, I am expecting to see a little bit about the character, like the protagonist, who the book starts with. So I am actually hoping to see a lot. I am hoping to know a lot about that character. Then we can go to the second character. Anyways, that felt very rushed. He just fell from the sky. Okay. Then point number two. I think that book was very unrealistic and very unresearched at some point, because when we see Aman taking the entry in the bookstore, when he walks into the bookstore, we see a lot of physical attributes, like we see like a page and a half of Aman's physical attributes and physical description of how beautiful he is, how handsome he is, and how attractive he is. And it just felt too Bollywoody and too cringe, because it just felt like when Avni saw Aman, everything stopped. Like we see on Bollywood movies कि हवा चलने लगी है, एकदम time बंद हो गया, time stop हो गया, and you are seeing that person, everything going in slow motion, everything has stopped. It felt exactly that. I am not expecting that sort of a situation in a romance novel, especially when I'm reading something. No, that's a big no for me. Anyways, then we see like this much of a description of Aman's eyes, Aman's brown eyes. I will attach, like we saw on Gangubai, बर्फ वाला सफेद या हंस वाला सफेद या फिर the clouds wala safed. It just felt like that, and that is exactly what is written over here on the book. I got too cringed. I was like, what in the hopoloko is happening, bro? Like bro, when I'm reading a book, I'm not expecting to see like big paragraphs of description of how brown his eyes are. But where I have a big problem is that Avni stays at a apartment. She affords the rent of that apartment. She can afford a maid in Mumbai. I stay in Kolkata, where like the living expenses are the cheapest. But still, I cannot imagine being 23 and working at a bookstore and renting an apartment and funding my education and getting a maid and having very lavish lifestyle. Like throughout the book, we see various significances where like Avni most of the time she is ordering takeout, she's doing Zomato, Swiggy. We do not get the exact brands, but whatever. She is ordering food from outside, she's going to restaurants. I don't know where you get all the money from, because staying in Kolkata also I cannot afford, being 23. Okay. The fourth thing that felt very unrealistic is that I think towards the beginning of the book, we see Avani and Aman go to their first date in a restaurant, which is owned by Aman's family or the company. Okay. So that is basically owned by Aman only. So they go to that restaurant. It is in Mumbai. It is an Italian restaurant. And the waiter over there talks in Italian. I don't know where you get all the waiters from. Like, you hire them from Italy? Even the, what's that called? Even the guard, like, they stand in front. I've forgotten the word. They are also speaking in Italian. I don't know where you get all these people from, because I have never went in a restaurant where the people talks in Italian only. Brilliant, bro, brilliant. Okay, so moving on to the next part. A thing that I have a very big problem with is throughout the book, I was hoping to see a lot of the chemistry of the two. Avani and Aman, it just felt like they just come together and they just fall in love out of a sudden. I don't know how that happens, because I've never felt that. Because, like, how can you just come together and out of a sudden and you just say, hey, let's fall in love, and that person also say, hey, let's fall in love, then we start dating and then we are so in love. Bro, there is no chemistry at all. You do not see the chemistry that build up before falling in love. I had expected that the two of the characters will fall in love the way people fall in love. It just felt very weird and very rushed. They just fall in love out of a sudden. No chemistry at all. Okay, no chemistry at all. And the next problem that I have with the book is that we do not see Avani as a character and Aman as a character. It just felt like they both are the two people. They are the lovers and not the characters. I mean, when I'm reading a book, I am hoping to know the protagonist as two people first, then lovers, right? Like, I would like to see Avani as the human being she is, and Aman and the human being he is. Okay, we do not absolutely see that. We do not see any character development. Like, I was hoping that we would see that, but we do not. This book is around 300 pages. It's 310 pages. We do not see any character development, very sorry to say. We do not see any chemistry between the two, very sorry to say. And, like, it just felt like few things were done because it had to be done. Like, all the romance novels that we read, I would say romance novels are very predictable. Okay, so the two characters meet and they have some their inner problems, insecurities, traumas, whatever you say. They have their problems to deal with. Then they have their guards up to even fall in love, but then they do fall in love. Then they are happy, but then they have a fight, which almost leads them to break up, but they don't break up. Like, they almost break up, but then they deal with it and then they patch up. It is the formula of all the romance novels I have read so far. So I wasn't hoping this to be something different only. I had that expectation that it would be that. But we do not, like, we definitely see a problem happening between Aman and Avani, but that felt like it had to be done, so it was done. It was not that, I don't know if you understand me or not, but it just felt like that. Okay. And when that problem happens, we do not get to see the perspective of Aman, or what he was going through at that point when they had the fight, or what Avani had been going through at the point when they had the fight. We do not absolutely see that, because in romance novel, what we typically see is that they both have a fight, but they are missing each other because they are in love, of course. We do not absolutely see that. Okay, so coming to the next point, what I would like to say is that this book this book has a great humor, great humor. I mean, 10 out of 10 for a humor. This book is an absolute gem if we're talking about the humor side of the book, because I think this is the best rom-com that I've read, like, humor part only. The humor is top notch in this book. If you are a follower of Prajakta, or if you have seen Prajakta on the internet, and if you are following her for mosquito, or if you are following her for quite some time, then you will see Prajakta a lot in this book. Her humor, I have totally enjoyed her humor. Okay, so the next part, what I would like to talk is that the book is well written. It's not like it's shit. Okay, it's quite good, because it's sort of an addiction, because I found myself flipping through the pages and finishing this book, because this was sort of an addiction, which is a commendable job coming from someone who does not have any literary background, or this is actually her debut work. So it's a very good thing that she has managed to keep the readers hooked and keep the readers turn the pages one after the other. So it's very entertaining from that side. It's very page turner, and it is fun to read, coming from the humor perspective. So yeah, that's that. So the next point that I would like to discuss is that we see the characters that we see are very limited, very limited. Avni has like three friends. We see three friends over there, and like few acquaintances of Aman, few acquaintances of Avni. But we do not see much of a characters on this novel. But I was hoping to see a lot more than that, because as I already mentioned, I was hoping to see Avni's life, and I was hoping to see Aman's life, and then the love part, and then the other parts. Okay, so we do not see much characters, but the silver lining is the characters that are written on the book felt very real and felt very heartwarming and felt very relatable, because it was not like it just didn't feel like a book. The characters felt very relatable, as I already mentioned. It just felt like you're seeing them in person, or you know them in person. So it felt like that. That's a very good thing about the book that I would like to say. But and also about the writing part, as I already mentioned about the characters, about the writing part, this book actually feels like you know Avni as a person, but you don't actually know. Like for this, the credit goes to the humor of hers, because the way she tells the story, it feels like Avni is my friend, but like I am a listener, and she is like telling the story. So that's what it feels like. Having said that, this book also felt like a diary entry. So if I can show you, I'll show you. Wait. So we can see a lot of the character and the date. Wait, if you can see. So it just felt a lot about the diary entries. Like Avani is writing something in a diary, Aman is writing something in his diary, and we are reading that. It felt like it felt a lot like that, or it also felt like they both are talking to you. So it felt like that. That I would say is a very good thing or a bad thing. If you like books which are written in diary formats, then you will enjoy it, and if you do not like, then you won't. Okay. Talking about the things that I wanted to talk about in the last part of the video, but I couldn't. I totally forgot. But what I would like to discuss is that in this book, as I already mentioned in the video earlier, a lot of emphasis has been given on the physical appearance of the two. Why I say this? Because let me explain. So when Aman walks into the bookstore, Avni is seen to go nuts over his beauty or how handsome he is, and like it just felt too weird and too cringy, honestly, coming from someone who is 23. I mean, I am 19, and I have never, at least in the recent days, I have never been awestruck by someone's beauty so much that my brain just stops functioning. Anyways, and later on, as the story progresses, we get to know that Aman, the male protagonist in the video, in the book, actually sees Avni from his building, and he tracks her down, and then gets to know that she works at a bookstore, and then he drops by while he was going to work, and then he was seen to be browsing on the nonfiction part of the bookstore, and then he sees Avni, and then he just goes crazy over her. I mean, and then what? And then as the book goes on, we see the second encounter of the two, when Aman comes back to the bookstore to search for kids' books for his non-existent niece. Yes, that niece does not exist. Aman just drops by that bookstore to get books who doesn't even exist, just to catch a glimpse of a girl who works at a bookstore, and like she's not even like so beautiful or so hot like Katrina Kaif or so, but we see that. And he is a CEO for context, and he is 31 years old for context. I mean, is it not too teenagey? I mean, what, bro? Like these kids go crazy over each other's physical looks, and they just go nuts. And even it's not all. We see Avni fantasize about Aman, fantasize, doing it with Aman, when they were not even dating, when they were not, in a state where they both confessed that we both like each other. They were not even that in that position, and Avni was seen to fantasize sex with him, which is very teenagey again, because like I mean, if the same thing was a guy, like if Aman was seen to be doing the same things, it would have been very sexist. It would have been very uncultured. It would have been very weird and disgusting. But when a girl does it, nobody questions it. It is very cringe. It is very teenagey. Then, towards the middle of the book, we see Avni fail at 3 out of 5 subjects at her semester. I mean, bro, you are in love, I get it. You are in love, you are always thinking about him, you're always hanging out with him, or like, you're either at the bookstore, or you're at college, or you are always with him. You are not even studying. Like, grow up, girl. I mean, why are we romanticizing these things in a novel? I mean, and Gen Z or the young generation who are very new to the reading community or has picked up their first or second book, and they are reading it, so they will start romanticizing these things. I mean, I was literally out of my mind when I read that part, and I was like, oh my god, how fucked up is it? Like, and Avni calls, I remember Avni calls Aman, and he was like, it's okay baby, we will figure it out. What? You failed in 3 out of 5 exams on your semester, you'll figure it out? How chill can you be? And then it is also seen that Aman was, literally reading her mind. I don't know how that happens, coming from someone who just met you like few days or like a week or two back, and then you just start saying, um you know um reading the other person's mind. I mean, I get it, it is coming from an author who has been obsessed with reading romance novels, who has read 200 plus romance novels. She absolutely loves reading romance novels, so she basically knows what a reader wants in their books, what a reader seeks in their fictional characters. But having said that, like, the author has put all these characteristics, like, what we like in our fictional men. He should be tall, he should be very successful, he should be like, he should be running a company, he should be the CEO, and this and that, and she had put everything in that book. And coming from a reader, it is an absolute dream to walk at a bookstore. I think every reader would relate to what I say. So she has put that also in Avni's character. So that altogether felt very unrealistic, because again, a CEO does not have that sort of time that Aman is seen to be giving to Avni. Okay, coming to the next part that I was about to say, is that in this book, Avni is 23 and Aman is 31, so there is a huge difference of 8 years between the two. But that part is very unexplored. We do not even talk about it. We do not even acknowledge the fact that there is a huge difference in age. There is like, Avni and Aman are two different people, they do two different work. But there is that part is not even like explored, that they two are different people. So as I already mentioned, their lives, Avni and Aman as two characters, are not even explored. So that is a very big no-no for me. But other than that, it was quite fun to read, quite enjoyable, quite it makes you laugh. It is a light read. It keeps you flip through the pages very easily, and yeah, it's very enjoyable. It is entertaining, I would say. And yeah, I was not looking for much from the book, but I would say I am disappointed at some point. But yeah, that's about it. And so, coming to a very frequently asked question, does this book have spice? To answer your question, we do not see spice. Yes, they both do it. We get a hint of it, but that's it, that's all. So this making this book a 13 plus read, it's not at all an 18 plus read. But having said that, when they do it, the next morning, we see Avni texting her friends and saying, I just did it. I felt traumatized at that point. I literally felt traumatized at that point. Why? I tell you, I am 19. I'm not 30, okay? I'm 19 and I'm still a teenager. But if I were Avni, I would have never said those things. I would have never. I would have never. We also see Avni calling one of her friends, who is Martin, who works at the bookstore only. He's a barista, I already mentioned earlier in this video. She calls Martin, video calls Martin, and says that we did it. I'm like, bro, this part felt overly immature to me. Coming from someone who is 31, I absolutely did not expect this. I absolutely did not. This was just okay. So that's about this video. And to finish up the whole video, I would like to say thank you, Prajakta, for writing this book. Why I'd say is that you have made a lot of people pick up their very first book. I am very thankful to you for that. I think lakhs of people have picked up a book just because it is written by Prajakta. We are that might have helped a lot of people getting converted into readers who were not originally readers before that. So I think it's a very good starting point from someone who has not read it. If you have not read any romance novel, I think you should pick it up. This book is entertaining, this book is light to read, this book is fun to read. It will make you giggle, it will make you laugh, and yeah, you'll find yourself turning through the pages and finishing this book in no time. So yeah, that's pretty much everything about the book. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And if you have watched till the very end, I'm so very thankful to you, because thank you so much for listening to me yap non-stop over a book. And thank you so much for supporting someone like me. I know I'm yet to learn a lot of things. I am following few people who really do make some really great content, and yeah, I am learning. I am in a learning phase, and do let me know how I can improve my videos or what else you would like to see on my channel. And if you have not yet followed me on Instagram, do give me a follow. My profile is at ray here underscore, and I would also attach the link in the description. And yeah, do give me a follow, hit me up. I would like to chat, and I recommend a lot of books over Instagram. I talk about a lot over Instagram. So yeah, that's about the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Love you.